In the previous video, we looked at placing single line text. So I've stayed in the Office view in the 08 using text.dwg file, and you can see our Office 3 finance text there. So we've got 2 lines of single line text. They're on the text layer, and you can see that they've been placed and they're 350 millimeters high in the model tab in the drawing. Now what we're going to do, we're going to look at a different type of text. It's called multi-line text. And it's a bit more like word processor text. It's a bit more like Microsoft Word. You would use it perhaps for notes columns, for example, on a drawing title block. You might also use it in the model space, because then it gives you one block of text to move around instead of 2 lines of text like that. It also gives you the ability to edit the text a lot more effectively too. So we're going to make sure we're on the right layer first. So we go to the Home tab on the ribbon, go to the Layers panel, make sure that we're on the text layer. Now my text layer is right at the bottom of the list. It's just there where we created it. So just make sure you're on that text layer. Did go off the screen slightly there, so I do apologise. Slightly longer menu than I expected. But you could, if you wanted to, go to Layer Properties, scroll down to the bottom of the list. There's the text layer there. If you double click on that little sheet of paper next to it on the left, that will also make it the current drafting layer. So I'll just close the Layer Properties Manager. Now we're going to number up these 2 little offices here. Office 1, Office 2, surprise, surprise. And we're going to place a piece of multi-line text in Office 1 and then copy it across and edit it to Office 2. And you'll see how the tools make that quick and easy to do with multi-line text. So I'm going to go to the Annotate tab on the ribbon because that shows me everything I need to see. So you can see there that I'm using the training text style. The height is at 350 already. It's remembered that from the previous piece of text. And I now need to place some multi-line text. So I go over here on the flyout and select multi-line text instead. You can do that on the annotation panel on the Home tab on the ribbon as well. Now, as soon as I do that, can you see I've got this ABC floating around on my crosshair? That's giving me a representation of the text at the height that I've specified. So it gives me a little visual heads up there to let me know. Now, I need to specify the first corner of the text area, because this is multi-line text. So I'm going to specify 2 lines of text. I'm going to click here. Make sure that you switch object snap off as well, so that you don't snap accidentally to the corner of a wall, because then your text will be butting right up against the wall. So I'm going to click there and just drag the text area. Now you'll notice the arrow there. That's showing me that I'm dragging the text area. And I'm going to drag it out to about there and click again for the second time. As soon as I do that, you'll notice the ribbon changes dramatically and goes into the multi-line text editor. And I've got this little ruler thing on the screen. What is that all about? Well, the ruler is very much like the ruler you have in Microsoft Word. It allows you to work with things like paragraphs, indents, and so on. And the lovely thing is that you can drag your margins. Can you see that there? I've got an arrow there. I can drag and make my text area bigger and smaller. And it just allows me to work more closely with my text. So again, I'm going to type the Office text. So I'm going to type Office, and then it's going to be Office 1. But when I press Enter this time, it just takes me down a line in the editor itself, rather than creating another text object. So it's not like single line text. So I'm going to put Office 1 there, and it's left-hand justifying this time, you'll notice as well. I can change the justification up here on the ribbon if I need to. I can change that any time. I'll show you how that works in a moment. So Office 1 might be, let's say, sales, like that. And you can see it's left-hand justified rather than middle center justified like the single line text was. So if I now close this, all I've got to do is click away from it or up to the ribbon and click on Close up here and Close Text Editor. I can just click away from the text. Job done. I've placed that text. If I want to edit that text, I click on it, like so, double click on it, and the ribbon comes up again. Change the justification. Now if I do that, I need to highlight the text first, just as you would in something like Word, and then make it middle center, and you can see it updates. Click away from it, and it's middle centered, just like the single line text over here. Now if I want to quickly copy this, it's so easy to do. I click once. Can you see there's a middle center grip there? We've used grips before. Click on the grip, right click. There's the grip editing. I want to move it, and then right click again one more time. I want to copy it, and I can just use that there, line it in. Now remember, you might need to put your polar tracking on to line it in accurately, because you want that level like that. Can you see? And the polar tracking kicks in. click there like so, and just hit escape a couple of times, and there we are. If I click there and then double click, I can go in and change this to Office 2, which might also be a sales office. Click away from it, and there's my multi-line text placed in my drawing. Quick and easy. And you can see how much quick and easier it is to edit multi-line text as against single-line text. They both have their uses, but multi-line text is always that little bit quicker as long as you set it up properly.